Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's blog. We are going to talk today about is SPCE stock a buy at today's price, which is 24.31. Um, we are making this video on end of July 2020, around 25th, 26th of July. Um, so when we talk about this SPCE stock or Virgin Galactic stock, we would also talk about space industry in general in order to understand where we are, and we will try to do a macro analysis on the same. So before we proceed, this vlog is I just wanted to iterate. This blog is brought to you by Financial Blog. Please consider subscribing our channel. It supports us to make more such videos and continue to provide you the content. And there are also other videos which you might be interested in, which can be seen on the top right of the screen. So feel free to browse our channel as you like. Okay. So as I said, in order to discuss the SPCE or space stock, let us first understand the space industry at macro level. Now, basically, if you observe in last couple of years, the rich and the richest have been investing in space industry, right? So this is the first macro factor we need to know and understand. um, why they are doing it? If you see the reasons floated around in media is basically for environment and clean energy. Instead of depleting the earth's resources, we want to explore space. Second is we want to explore multiplanetary life. And third, which you may hear, is space mining is trillions of dollars of industry, and the future trillionaires are going to be made from space mining. Um, so these are high level reasons which are floated around in media, right? So let's go further and let's see a little more, right? Now, why would somebody wake up and say that I want to make the planet clean, want to make planet multiplanetary and do space mining? Now, these concepts are not necessarily new. People have always wanted to do it. I think, in my opinion, the industry is reaching there because there is kind of global saturation. Uh, if we don't start expanding outside, we will end up fighting with each other, which also you see a lot in news and media, which is happening right now. Now, regardless of the above statement, you also observe that the level of arm race and arm competition has reached to space. So, for example, um, you know, uh, we have the Navy, we have the Air Force, we have the Marines, right? And the way these are interconnected and connected with uh, the base for conducting the global missions are typically through satellites, right? And satellite communications. So it is obvious that uh, in case of a war, people would want to target each other's satellites going forward in order to cut the connection of and the coordination in any arm fight or arm race. Now, this reason is bringing the space into the picture, and in the global arm race, in addition to the nuke, which has been the history, people are now talking of the global arm race in space, right? So, and this is not just USA, this is not just Russia, this each and every country is going towards it. If you see Russia, China have the capabilities. If you see India recently knocked down their own satellite using a missile. So people are aware, people are conscious, and people are building towards it, right? Now, basically, as the arm race grows in space, obviously they are going to try to top each other in the space capabilities. If you have noticed, US has recently formally formed a space force, which is the additional branch in the military. If you see, US has recently floated a new TV series on Netflix called a Space Force with the guy from Office starring in it. So there is a big budget propaganda being geared towards the space. Also, one key point to note here is, historically, any space research or space exploration used to come from the government within the space budget which was allocated to NASA, right? Which was a very small part. The key note here is, now since the Space Force is formed, the space companies will be able to sell government not just from the research budget which was the NASA budget, but they will also be able to sell to the government space or the military budget. Excuse me for the bike noise in the background. You hear any? Um, so um, so now the budget for space is going to increase multifold, and any companies or organizations catering to space will now be able to eat chunk of a bigger pie going forward. They will be able to sell government much larger contracts than what they have done historically. So space companies will now more be also a part of military supplier companies, and this is a very important point, right? And if you see, currently most private space companies do make money from the government in one form or other, and now the government budget is much larger to pay these companies. So understand that any company you invest in which is in and around space will definitely grow with this increase in budget as far as they're able to survive. So the companies in this area is SPCE, which is the first private space company, a pure space private company. There's a mutual fund called as with ticker UF, which invest in space companies and around. The other historical largely known stocks like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, etc., they are also building space supporting governments in different space ventures and space builds. Also companies, if you see, like Honeywell and all that, those are also said to be building technologies around space. The other companies which are very much worth mentioning here is Amazon and Tesla. Both Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk have their private space investment, right? Tesla has SpaceX, Amazon has Blue Origins. They have put their own money currently, and that is because they want to gain the profit themselves at this point in time. They don't want to distribute that profit in public, so they are very interested in that. They might come up with IPOs at a later stage when more is what do you say operationalized and people can see more things happening. But if you see, when let's say SpaceX or Blue Origin makes a stride, indirectly Amazon and Tesla stocks are going to go up because people are going to understand that all the indirect benefits are going to go to these companies, right? um, if you see the way Tesla has structured his other companies, so let's say boring company, right? Boring can dig in tunnels. He may be able to leverage those technologies, let's say when he goes to Mars or to other planet, to make tunnels underground on that particular planet. Tesla has electric cars; those would be usable on a or those, I'm not saying electric cars, but those technologies would be leverageable in on another company, on another planet, and so on, right? So he is trying to gear his long term his companies today towards his long term goal in the space, right? So I think these are the companies in this area. And if you see at macro level, these are expected to benefit with the growth in space, right? If you have heard, SpaceX has plans to get millions of people on Mars by next 10 to 15 years, I think. So the way I would see it, and me, my family, and friends would see it, is like last 10 to 15 years, revolution was mobile resolution and revolution. Next 10 to 15 years, revolution is going to be the space revolution. Before we proceed and talk a little bit more about space, please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. It really helps me and my family make more of these videos. Also, check out our other videos. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about SPCE. So, SPCE is basically an integrated aerospace company for human spaceflight. They have 700 plus employees and they're based in New Mexico. The typical advantage of SPCE is currently it's at lower price relatively, so you can buy more number of stocks, which gives you a tremendous multiplier advantage when the stock grows. Uh, Typical advantages, it is advantages first, pure space stock. So that means even though there are other, if you compare, even though there are other cryptocurrencies in market, Bitcoin still has the first in market advantage. Similarly, SPC will have that first in market advantage, and as of now it's around 5 billion market cap, which is around 26th of July 2020. So financials, if you look at SPC company, they're not profit making yet. It will work on borrowed money for a while. It will work on money raised in shares for a while, right? If you see the option market and understand those option market, it is highly volatile, right? There is a fair amount, I would say large amount of speculative play in this as of now, at least till it starts making money or starts transacting better. Uh, However, the key to note here is both Chamath and Richard Branson, who have been the key figures in this, they are very seasoned and very veterans of in their respective fields. Chamath in finance and Richard in aerospace industry, right? They have experience to make, build, and grow the company, grow the stock, right? And if you see recently, I think in last week or two, they have recruited Disney CEO Michael to their as a SPCE CEO. Now this shows that tremendous long-term vision. This means that they are going to make Virgin Galactic not just a space company, but it's going to be an experience company. The way I would interpret it, and me and my friends are interpreting it, is this is going to be a more of a experience. So imagine, instead of going to Disneyland, you might take your kid once, every 2 years, or when when kid grows up, you're taking your kid to a space flight. That will be a family event. That is where this SPC company might lead to, right? There might be spaceports and space parks in future, right? So, and if you see the facility which they have built in New Mexico is very futuristic looking. It is going to be an experience driven company. It is going to be in minds and hearts of millions of people once this thing starts rolling. This also means that it is not just going to stay at $250,000 a flight, which it is today. That means they would have likely, and again, this is not spoken yet, but this is my and our interpretation, that they would have likely very every a common American, a common user, a common citizen, and a common people in mind. They are not just going to restrict this to the rich and the richest, right? Now other thing which you see here is they have recently won NASA contract now, which shows that they are probably also going to win more as time proceeds. They are going to be kept afloat. US as a country wants this industry to grow, right? Now it is no doubt that short term this may be a speculative play in SPC stock. However, long term, it is likely going to convert to fundamental gain, and long term gain, right? So with the vision of recruiting the CEO, with the vision of Chamath and Richard Branson. And with the NASA contract, this short-term speculative gains are likely going to convert to long-term fundamental gains. Also, yeah, if you see this as US, as I mentioned earlier, as the budget is now going to come from military and not just from space research, it is going to be much larger budget, and SPC will be able to get part of the larger pie now, along with the other space companies. Also, there's relatively less competition as of today, right? So that is going to give definite advantage to SPCE, and also with the first company advantage. And also, as I said earlier, and like last 10 years was the mobile revolution, and internet revolution. Last 10 15 years, next 15 years, now that we have identified it, it is likely going to be a biotech and space revolutions. So we would see a lot of things happening around it. We predict that we would see a lot of environment beneficial laws pushing people towards going towards space. Let's say making certain types of mining only in space, making certain types of organs which helps medical industry. The space is expected to be my computer, yeah, there you go. Space is going to be a better industry and better place to grow these organs, and help humankind tremendously. So that is an advantage. And Yeah, also, uh, the space mining, basically it was said that yes, there are a lot of asteroids which can be mined, and they have value and trillions of dollars. But also, when more space flights go, and there's which I think in 2020 to 24 onwards, from SpaceX, etc., more space flights are supposed to be the regular space flights. What is expected to happen is um, what is expected to happen is there would be industry in space mining just for the fuel or water, and providing it in the space. So the space ventures are cheaper, and the cost of the space flights can be brought down. So yeah, I would say if you look at space industry and SPC stock in specific, I would say in next 1 to 2 years it may be fairly speculative, but if you buy and hold it for let's say next 5 to 10 years, this is one stock and one industry which can make you tremendous amount of money. Me and my family, we are invested in any or all of the stocks which we speak about. So we are personally committed to it at this point in time as well. Um, Next is disclaimer. So basically, though all the me, myself, and my friends are not certified financial advisors. This is our perspective, and just for research and entertainment, we do not bear any liability. My friends, and my family may have positions in these stocks and segments which we are talking about. Please do your own diligence before investing. All and every financial investments are subject to risk, and you may lose your money. And What else? Yep. Please do subscribe to our channel. Please put comments, share this videos, and check out our other videos. It really helps us making more such videos. Thank you so much, guys. This vlog was brought to you by the Financial Vlog. The email ID is mentioned in case you wish to contact us. Thank you. Uh, Thanks to everybody for your support, and hope to see you soon.